what's your thoughts on, I'm curious, when you're bringing these C-suite executives in, what's your thought on giving equity? Was that something you ever did?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me tell you, but by far for me, so I watched two companies like mine that sold. One of them sold in 91. 50% of the company left and started their own companies.
Wow.
50% of the company left. So when Sandy Weil from Citigroup bought the company, half the company left. So it's like, what the hell just happened? We just bought this company and nobody's here anymore. Half the company left. It took them 2 or 3 years to recover. Don't feel bad for them. They still turned that $100 million company into a $7 billion company.
Okay.
They're doing fine.
Yeah.
The second company, when it sold in 01, half the company left. Okay? So similar problem. Now, I have the benefit of studying history. I'm grateful to them because they set the mark. I can learn from them, right? So I looked at both of them and I said, what did they do right? And what are some areas that I can do differently? When I started the company, I put out a guideline and I said, guys, if you do X, Y, Z, because in 2007, remember when Jerry Maguire came out?
Yep.
That movie really inspired me.
Yeah.
And I made the mistake of writing a similar type of a letter to a $400 billion company. In the middle of the night, I sent this letter, 16 pages, had 9 points. That was the downfall of me in that company because they were not happy that I had ideas. Anyways, I send it in. First time around, nobody responds back. Then I send it to the company that owned them, $400 billion company. Everybody called, these are great ideas. 5 people flew in to meet me in Orange County, California, and I met with them. But that's when I realized, okay, I just kind of pissed off the wrong people. I have problems. I started seeing issues. I said, no problem. Everything I wrote in there, I implemented in my own company.
Yes.
Okay? And one of the things was, if you go above and beyond, I want you to also own a piece of this company. I don't want it to be just, I own 100% of the company and you don't.
Yeah.
So what happened? Next thing you know, XYZ guy hits it, you got 0.3%. Next one, boom, 0.8%. Boom, you own 1% of the company. You own 0.6% of the company. You own 0.8% of the company. The day the company sold, do you know how many vice presidents we lost? 0. Wow. Everybody stuck around because every one of our vice presidents owned a piece of the company. Some people don't like that because they want the check. But when I'm selling, let me tell you what I told the buyers. I said, hey, I got some news for you. What's that? So, typically your fear is probably what you're thinking about. Let's talk about it. Yeah. Because I know you may not ask me. I want to talk about it. Your fear is when we sell, these guys are going to leave and do the same thing. Yes, that is a fear. Valid fear. Let me tell you what happens. Here's our top 100 earners. Out of the top 100 earners, 70 of them have equity in the company. And out of our top 50 earners, some 98% of them or 96% of them are rolling their entire stocks. Wow. They're not selling. They're rolling. Wow. They're rolling. Everyone's rolling. Where's the fear of selling the company?
It's a no-brainer.
This much. Because they believed in that company and the vision of where we're going next. So when you give equity, they're grateful. You're also not getting them to think about becoming a competitor to you now, and they get an exit. One of our guys, I'll never forget, this guy was my boss, one of the guys I reported to at 23 years old. I was a direct competitor when I left and started a company. He's not supposed to meet with me. He was so afraid. He meets me at Rafi's place. He's dressed up with a hat and glasses and a hoodie so nobody sees him. I said, what are you afraid of? He says, I can't be seen with you, bro. I'm like, dude, we go back 10 years. He says, I know, but if they know I met with you, I said, relax. I said, look, you're going to get equity. He says, what does equity mean? I said, trust me. You're going to be glad you got equity. Anyways, the day we sold the company, a year prior to that, he had retired. When the check hit his bank account, it was a 7-figure check. This guy's never seen money like this in his life. He's made $100,000 a year. Wow. When the $1 million check hit his bank account, he's in the sauna naked calling me crying. I know this is a crazy
place to be.
picture I'm painting for you. He's calling me crying saying, Aped, what is this? Yeah. I said, I told you equity works. He said, I never believed this was going to happen. He's in tears. It's a great experience.
Awesome.
Obviously, it's great when my wife and I, when we got the money in, when you make $1 million, 100,000, it's cool. $1 million is really cool. 10 million is breathing room. At 10 million, you're going to breathe. Yeah. At a couple $100 million, now it's kind of like, hey, man, we can really play ball and maybe get to the next level, the 0 here. But when your guys get checks, it's very emotional. Yeah. When your guys gets checks. Yeah. Because it's like, I gave you the promise. You were loyal to me. I salute you for your loyalty. Here's a check too. It's a very unique feeling of founder experiences with their people that went above and beyond.